Managing Director, Captain Barendra Mehta at the Seascan Marine Foundation. Captain, thank you so much for giving us your time to explain to us why has the Seascan Maritime Foundation been founded in the first place, and why in Goa, and what are the attributes of it, when did it start, etc. etc. Can you tell us, please?
Oh, thanks a lot for coming. I've been a merchant naval captain for the last 21 years. I sailed out at sea. Then finally I decided to start training people. I started my academy in Mumbai in 1999 and it was going very good. The main reason of starting operations in Goa was that a lot of students used to come from Goa to Mumbai to do these courses, and these are courses, training courses what you do for merchant navy. They are mandatory courses. Without doing these courses, they cannot join ship. So for this purpose, I started operations in Mumbai first. Thereafter, seeing a lot of response coming from Goa, I shifted my operations in Goa. We started operations in Panjim at the Fire Service Center in the year 2000. It's still running and going very good. So seeing a good response from people from Goa. Like generally, people from Goa used to go basically to the Gulf. And when the Gulf started giving very low salaries, the next option was cruise liners and the merchant navy. So kind of a service, we did a lot of it. More than 30,000 students have rejoined cruise liners and many other ships around the world. Then we started this operations in Chicago. This is a 6 months course and we have about 120 students residential.
So after every 6 months you take another 120 students?
That's right.
Okay. Now, can you please, for the benefit of the students, because many students, as you rightly said, in Goa like to get into the merchant navy. What I would like to know is, what is the difference between the 6 months program and the program you have in Panjim?
The program what we have in Panjim, it's short courses, mandatory short courses. It is meant for the people who are already working on the ships. They have to do these courses, do the safety courses. So it's a short duration courses.
So it has got nothing to do with the long time situation of who you're really catering for. Okay.
The 6 month duration course is meant for the ratings, and those short courses are also integral of this course as well. So when they are doing the 6 months course, they will also have to do this short courses.
Oh, after this they go there, is it?
Within the course.
Oh, within the course. Okay. Now, Captain, please tell me, at what point do you take them? The 10th standard, 12th standard, or graduate?
So there are two streams over here. On the ship, we have got 3 disciplines. One is the deck side, which is navigation. One is the engineering, and one is the catering stream. So we cater to all the 3 disciplines. So here, basically, what we do is we train for ratings. So when a student comes 10th standard pass, he has to have his age limit as 17.5 years minimum, and maximum is 25 years. Age is very fixed. Even one day here and there cannot be allowed. That's one thing. And he has to be minimum 10th standard with passing percentage of 40%.
Any particular subjects?
There's nothing.
No. So as long as you have 12th and 40%, they can come and knock on your door and say, we'd like to join.
Yeah. Now this 10th standard is basically meant for the general purpose ratings.
Okay.
General purpose rating means a student after doing 10th standard who is about 17.5 years on 1st January or 1st July, he can join this course. So that when he goes on the ship, he can make up his mind whether he wants to go to the engineering side or he wants to go to the navigation side.
So what you're really saying is, a person with 10th standard can in effect become a chief engineer,
Yes.
and also a captain.
Absolutely.
But what about this earlier thing that you have to have a BSc in nautical
Yes,
science?
it is still prevailing. There are 2 ways of joining merchant navy.
Okay.
Like the noblest way of joining merchant navy as an officer is after passing 12th standard. After 12th standard he passes, then he appears for all India examinations. that is a traineeship Chanakya.
That's right, yeah.
So when he qualifies for that, then he joins the traineeship, then he qualifies as an officer.
Right.
Similarly, and for that minimum percentage in 12th standard requires to be 60.
Okay.
Now when we have situation over here, there are many students who are 12th standard pass, but they have not scored 60%, they have got 58%, 45%, 50%, but they are 12th standard pass. And they also want to join a merchant navy. So joining as an officer is ruled out, but they still have a strong ambition to go out to sea. So this is another option.
Yeah, but you are saying the option of becoming an officer is ruled out. Yeah. But you also say that after a period on the sea, and if they pass their exams at every level, they can still become captain.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
So after 10th standard, the person is already done 12th standard, the student, but he's secured 50% or less than 60% marks. He cannot join as an officer, like T.H. Chanakya. He cannot qualify, but he can join over here as a general purpose rating, does his course of 6 months, he gets a CDC, he goes on the ship. On the ship when he goes, he spends 36 months sea service.
Okay.
So once he qualifies 36 months of sea service, then he can go to the department, mercantile department, they say yes, I have a good sea time for 36 months, and now I want to appear for second officer's exam, which is qualified.
Right, okay. So there you hear it now for the first time, at least I'm hearing this for the first time, that if you have ambition and if you have passed the 10th, 12th standard with 40%, you can actually, if you're 17 and a half, you can join the Maritime Seascan Foundation. And if you work in the ship for 3 years, you can then go to the authorities and say, I like to be an officer and can I go for the exams? Is that correctly put, sir?
Absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely. He can go as second officer, then after getting the second officer certificate, again he goes back on the ship, spends 1.5 years, sea time, qualified, and he says, okay, 36, I've already done, 1.5 years, I've already done. Then he sits down for the chief officer's examination. So once he qualifies as chief officer, he clears the ticket, then he again goes back on the sea, again does 1.5 years.
There's a confusion in the minds of people about this certificate issued by Panama and Liberia and Palau and these strange countries. Why is that and why are they advertising that in Goan papers?
No, they are not strange countries. Those countries they are called flag of convenience.
Okay.
Like many ships in the world, the major tonnages in the ship are of this flag of convenience ships like Liberia, Bahamas, Vanuatu, and many others. So those citizens are also available.
But does that put any restriction on our people to go on any particular line?
No, as a matter of fact, now the government of India has come out with another kind of
Stipulations.
regulations. Now with effect from just, when was this? In February itself, about a week ago, or maybe a fortnight ago, any student who is about 10th standard pass, citizen of India, more than 18 years of age, he can do 5 courses and get and avail a CDC. When I say CDC is a continuous discharge certificate, now this certificate means it's like a Siemens document, Siemens passport.
That's right.
So he is a seaman.
So that would be an Indian certificate.
That would be an Indian certificate. In the earlier days, it used to be so difficult to get this. It was not easy to get this CDC.
So now if you do 5 courses in India, you can get a CDC which is valid for any country in the world.
Any country in the world,
Wow.
absolutely. And being an Indian citizen, he has to have an Indian CDC.
And he has to pass those 5 courses.
That's mandatory.
That's right. Okay, wonderful. Now, they have now passed your 6-month program. They are looking for a job.
That's right.
What are the chances of they getting jobs quickly?
Not very quick. It takes time.
How much time?
Takes about a year or so.
So what do the students
Say
do in the
about 8
meantime?
months to 1 year. They enhance the skill because the job situation is very difficult. But nonetheless, a lot of students have got qualified and they have got placed the job. Because see, every company wants a very hardcore and well disciplined and person who's got a really good adequate skills, he will employ them. So in this academy of ours, we not only teach them the navigation and engineering, we teach them how to be street smart. In addition, personality development, be loyal to the company, loyal to wherever you work, workplaces. So many factors are involved. Because these boys are very small, young boys, 7.5 years old. Many of the things they've seen, they come from all corners of India.
So having passed your 6 months program and looking for a job, would they be qualified for say a foreign vessel that is recruiting in India? Would they qualify?
Yes, very much.
And the chances are, how would you say are the chances?
Very good chances, because many boys have joined them.
Is there any particular thing foreign people are looking for in our Indian boys?
Yes, they are looking for it.
What is that thing? What are they looking for?
English is the
Okay.
first thing. Today the fact that many of our Indian seafarers are still dominating the world market is because we are very good at speaking English. Our knowledge levels are very high. That's good. For the officers level, it's very good. From the rating part of it, at the moment, the Philippines are dominating the market, but slowly, we are also moving in to large. Because, and being in Goa is a place where there has been a tradition of seafaring,
That's right. Yes.
especially in cruise liners. And we have trained a lot of people, and not only the boys part of it, even the young girls. More than 600 girls we have trained where they joined cruise liners.
As what?
In different in casinos, spa, wineries or something.
Oh, so not as a typical GP.
Not GP,
Yeah.
but as stewardesses and all.
Okay. And what would be the salary for the boys, and what would be the salary for the girls? Roughly.
For the boys when they join, like for the GP and all that, the salaries generally start from $500. It goes up. And so in a span of say, he does about 2 years, 3 years, he will get about $1,000 to $1,500. And once he finishes the exam, $3,000.
Oh.
$3,000 is quite a bit.
And as an officer?
As an officer, he'll get, second officer will get about $4,000.
And as you go higher?
My younger brother is a captain. He gets $15,000
Wow. $15,000 as a captain.
a month, which is tax free.
And if you have that ambition,
Yes.
you can joining the Seascan Maritime Foundation, you can either go on the captain side or you can go on the chief engineer side. But that all depends on how hard you're prepared to work after you finish your 3.5 years on your first shipping expedition. Captain, that's very, very interesting. But tell me, one of the things that we found in Goa is that people who are 40 plus, they may fail the medical test. What is the situation for these people if they fail the test?
Generally, it doesn't happen so much. Like as I told you, there are 3 disciplines as a ship. Now, especially when you ask for the GP ratings, that's the deck side and the engine side. In the deck side, we are good as administrators. You can start your business. You can start like I'm on the deck side. I'm a captain, so I started my own venture. You can be an entrepreneur and start off many things pertaining to sea. Even from the deck side, there are many more avenues out there. Like you can be a surveyor, you can start a surveying company, or you can be an agency.
Yes, that's right.
Like so many ships are coming to the port, you can start lending them some services. They want so many things, or represent them.
You have been in this business for a long time, Captain.
Yes.
Have you got 1 or 2 examples of Goans who have really, really done well for themselves and are shining today in the Goan market or in the Goan situation?
Yes, there are many of my friends who are into this business.
Okay.
Not by training business, but as surveying, where some are doing iron ore, sampling, stevedoring. Yes, there are.
Very recently, I talked to Mrs. Joshi of the MES College, where she is doing an BBA in shipping and logistics.
All right.
And she was telling me that many of our students are trying to get into stevedoring and those kind of things.
Yes.
Is there a kind of a link up between you and the college training?
Basically, we can, we do not got directly linked up, but we can provide them with some knowledge which can help them to take up a stevedoring job,
That's right.
surveying job, anything like this.
Well, there you have it from the expert himself. He's been a captain for many, many years, Captain Mehta. He's today the managing director of Seascan Maritime Foundation. He has opened his institute here, and he was just showing me just before the program started his brand new office, which is going to be opened in Verna very soon. And it is a sparkling new building. It looks fantastic, and maybe many, many more youth who have an ambition to be in the Merchant Navy can think of coming and visiting Captain Mehta right now at Chikali at the airport road, and take this thing, provided you are 17 and a half, and of course not more than 25. 10 standard will do, but 12 standard is a plus. With 12 standard you can go places, you can either become a chief engineer or even one day a captain, like Captain Mehta. Thank you, Captain. It's very kind of you to be with us.
So nice.
And I hope many, many more students come and join you and make a life for themselves.
See, career is such a career. It's not, of course, it gives a lot of luxuries in the first place, but it also gives a very disciplined way of adventure is there. Life is not so easy. The way I'll put it, that when these boys come over here, they say, "Oh, see, ship. There's a lot of money. It's not a reserve bank that you go and then you'll be working with a lot of multinational people. So the multinational crew, English is very important, and you need to know your job. That's very important. So that is where my expertise comes in, to train these young boys and make it in such a way that once they secure the job on the ship, they make sure they finish the 9 months contract and come home. Basically, it's a mission that when you join a ship, earn money and come. Don't come back early for whatever reason.
That's right. Wonderful, Captain. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Oh, pleasure. Lovely. Huh?
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, we're here at Seascan Maritime Academy in Vasco and in talks with Nathan D'Souza. Nathan, first question. Did you always want to be at the sea?
Yes, I totally always wanted to be at the sea because I have seen the people around me grow up as sailors and working at the sea in cruise liners and merchant. So I always wanted to go there.
Okay, and when did you decide, after your 10th or after your 12th, when did you decide to join a course?
No, I decided to join the course when I was in the 8th or something, when one of my uncle told me that this is a very growing industry and many of the youth are joining this nowadays. Then a 9 to 5 job if it's not your type.
Okay, so here at this general purpose training, what all do you learn? What are the things that are covered in this course?
In this particular GP rating course, as we are doing for 6 months, we get basic training of both the engine side as well as the deck side. Then the choice is ours if we want to pursue our career in engine or we want to pursue it in the deck side. We get just the basic training, an idea of what we have to do on the ship later on, and then it's concluded with an exam, 4 exams which we have to give at the end of the course.
All right. So behind here we can see a lot of gadgets and equipment around. Is this all a part of the training? Do you get all of this, as you say, mock training in the course?
Yes, this is totally mock of basically what we are supposed to do in our practicals. This will be a mock of a lifeboat. We will be taught about the parts inside it, what is the exact name, the function, how we got to lower it, because in emergency, if we are the last man standing, basically we would have to put it down. This is a mock of the ship side, and on this we will be taught about how we work on the ship side on the stage and how we get off and get on the pilot ladder. It's basically all the mock. There we have the life raft in case of emergency, if we have to get on the life raft once we are in the water. Basically, it's just all that.
All right. So all of this and so much of training, and I am told it's a 6-month training, and you immediately then join the ship. What would be the position that you join on, and what would your job as a trainee or as an entrant at the ship level involve?
Basically, after this course that we would finish in June, we would get our CDC in about a month with the result, and then we would join as a trainee. We would have to do the basic works what are told to us by our duty officers. There's no fixed position what we get. In the first sale, we might get promoted at some level, or we are just a trainee. All the basics.
So basically, of what we understand here at C-Scan, you learn and are equipped with various things to go straight and get on working. We also understand that after X amount of exams and going through hours at the sea, you can then apply for a higher post and keep growing. The question now is for all of our viewers who are watching and are looking for a career guidance in this, when would you actually suggest them to join the course? Would it be at what age, or with what kind of a skill set?
Uh, this course you could join at any time like you wanted, but the minimum age requirement is 17 and a half years, because then once you finish your course you should be 18 years to apply for your CDC and all. I would like only tell the viewers or youth, merchant navy is the best thing what you could join today. It is growing at a very high scale. If you don't want that office job to do, this is the best thing you can be at sea. Though you have to be alone sailing for 9 months, but then you can make the best of it, and you get to learn a lot over here. If you ask the sirs, they tell you even more. This is a basic training, but we get to know a lot more.
So it would be 17 would be after your 12th grade, somewhere around your 12th grade. Is there a particular skill set or a liking a person should have, as per you, Nathan? Let's say there is a certain someone who wants to go ahead and join. What do you think they should have? Like, a basic skill set or a liking towards something that they can, look forward to while learning this?
Basically, there would be a, I don't know if I would say skill set, but then they would like to have the interest in this, because as we all know, there is appreciation not coming from that side, because they are all at higher levels. We have to give our best, and we should feel from inside that we are doing our best. There's no skill set basically required, because
So
you
you
don't
have
know
to have-
anything over here. Before coming, you don't know anything what is going to happen later on. But as you come over here, if you develop interest, it is interesting the course. Otherwise, it's not.
So what you're trying to say is you have to be self-motivated.
Yeah,
I think that would be
self-motivated,
that would be a huge criteria. Also, if someone is, say, in the 8th grade or the 7th grade, young student, as you said, you wanted to join the sea at the 8th grade. What would you suggest them to do? What books would you suggest them to read, or what would you suggest them to watch on television to get more knowledge about working at the sea?
I don't know if there are books available, or but there are a few films what have come out like Captain Phillips and all. It can be motivating, it can be demotivating at the same time. It is how you take it. Yeah, it's better to learn swimming. There are a few guys who don't know swimming, but they are taught over here how to swim. Basically, when we wear a life jacket, within some seconds we are on top. But if we know swimming, it will be a plus point, like for us in case of emergency, if we are not able to get a life jacket on. Swimming would be a bigger criteria to learn.
Correct. All right. So swimming could be a criteria to learn. The other question is, not a lot of women, in the academy. Why so?
I also I cannot answer that question, because I only don't know the answer, but I have never seen women working in this line. I don't know about it. I really don't know about it.
All right. So this is a shout out going to all
That
you
would be our
ladies.
question.
Sorry.
That would be our question. What is happening?
It's a shout out going to all the ladies. If you want to be at the sea, you should give it a try. But are there cadets at an officer level or at other levels? Have you ever come across one?
I have just come across them while I was going for my admissions. I've met few of them, and they are sailing as cadets now. They have just joined the sea about a year back, and they told me it's wonderful out there. Not like the cruise liner, but it is on some other level, because we are the tough workers.
All right. So the tough workers, merchant navy is also for the ladies. This is one thing. The final question I would like to ask you. Yeah, we understand that it's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort put in. You have to stay away from your family. That is a major criteria. But in merchant navy, what are the benefits that one reaps? Of course, other than the fact that you have to, you earn a certain amount of money. What are the other benefits that you think it gives you as a person, in this career?
Besides from the money that we earn in this training, we learn a lot more. Like even we can tackle our day-to-day situations that we face. Maybe if there is any emergency, which a normal person would have got scared. But staying 9 months on board, we have no doctors over there, no firefighters over there. So everything what is done, our work and even the duties are fulfilled by us. So basically, in any emergency situation or any situation, it would be just us fighting the problem. So that would make us even more stronger than the people on show.
All right, so it's all about strength, getting accomplished, and self motivating. We wish you the very best for this course, and we'll probably catch up with you a couple of years down the lane and applaud your success. Thank you so much, Nathan.
Thank you so
Have a good one. All right, so we are here with Mr. Dias. So, what are you training the cadets today?
We are giving training of live boat. It is live boat on the ship at the time of abandoning the ship, when we know that ship is going to sink.
Titanic.
So at that time we have to use of live boat and get immediately down and be away from the that's called live boat.
So, this is a training that is with a part of the entire course that happens over here.
Yes. This live boat also known as a survival craft, because at the time of abandoning we go far away from the sinking ship and we can survive unless somebody rescue team comes and survive us.
Correct. How many years have you been apart with C-SCAN?
Nearly 10 years became.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
And in these past 10 years, considering we're talking about career guidance and students joining in and what they should look forward to, what are the things that have, become better in Merchant Navy? What has become better?
Because these are rating training. So we have to give them all the training about the ship, how the ship maintenance work going on, then how to do engine work or deck work, how to open the cargo hatch and how to close. Everything we give them training so that they become perfect, and after 6 months they will getting CDC from government. Then they will find for the job in any company, and they will go to first they will go as a rating seaman, and then according to their all ability and how their attitude and everything, how they are working, so they get promotion. And after, suppose they are very good, then they can appear exam for the officer line also. After 27 month or 36 month, if they know very good, perfect, they can appear exam in Bombay also, as well in UK also.
Has the number of students increased in the past 10 years at C-SCAN?
Yes, they are now up to now we are increasing only. Most of the boys are full. Even for next batch also full over here. Yeah.
So if you are planning of joining C-SCAN, plan a couple of academic years ahead because they're going absolutely full. If there is a tip or a suggestion you'd like to give the boys who want to join later on, say after if they're answering their 10th standard or 11th standard and they have in their mind that they're going to join, what is that 1 or 2 tips that you'd like to give them?
Yeah. After passing SSC or graduation also, you can join this merchant ship.
They should learn before joining?
No, nothing. We give all the training. No, they should be good in English, at least 40%. And also 40% in the science also. So if they are 40% in the science and math, then they can join over here.
Nothing special they need to know?
No. All training we give over here after that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Das. It was really nice talking to you. Keep doing the good work. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, guys.